refrain from this government to thwart or to use any subversive means. We want to say anything that happens on that day, anything that goes wrong, the government will be held responsible for anything that will happen on that day. And we have the responsibility to protect the mass of our people. And the popular union of the masses of our people in history. The popular union of the people in history, there's no force. There's no government with all the sophistication available to you. You can have the police. You can have the army available to you. When the masses of our people are resolved, and on the basis of their collective suffering, decide to take charge of their own destiny, there's no army or no police that can go against the masses of our people. And nothing, absolutely nothing can stop the tide of the revolution from turning. And so, the official message will be delivered by the all-powerful chairperson of our party. And you have, those of you who are here, this is the office, the most sacred space and the most conscious space on the campuses of the University of Liberia. And ladies and gentlemen of the press, you now have the opportunity to listen to the all-powerful chairperson of our party as I usher you in. He will speak to you briefly on some important points. You will get the final itinerary of the planned April 14th historical march. And so I say, Comrade Chairperson, and so we say, Comrade Chairperson, this is an opportunity for you to speak to the masses of our people, to speak to the Republic.
Oh, generation, yo,
Viva, 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 Abanga Party, viva! Viva! Viva, 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 Mate Prosa, viva! Viva! Yo! April 14, yo! April 14, yo! Reactionary Tennessee! Reactionary Tennessee! Break it down! Break it down! Break it down! Fire! 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 Yo! The party will never die, yo! The party will never die, yo! Manda! Luther! Comrades! Distinguished floor fighters, men and women who have never gone to bed, ideological foot soldiers and paratroopers, permit me quickly to bring you warm fraternal greetings from the oasis of enlightenment. Permit me to bring you revolutionary greetings from the fountain of revolutionary and philosophical touching of our institution. Today, we are overwhelmed. Today, we are glad to assume another responsibility given to us by history. We were taught that every generation out of relative obscurity has a mission to either fulfill or betray. And it is on that basis that today we have again assembled on one accord to continue the struggle that was continuous years back. We are not the first, and we will not be the last. Today, our equivalent in South Africa led the struggle against the apartheid regime. Today, our equivalent in Zimbabwe Today, our equivalent in Namibia, under the leadership of Plan, led the revolutionary resistance against imperialist forces against the people of Namibia. So what we are doing today, it is not strange to history. We are playing our part, and we want to appreciate all of you for this gathering. And let me recognize all of our lawmakers here present. These are ideological foot soldiers and floor fighters. Today, it is because of them that the Liberian people are being given equal space and equal dividends when it comes to the distribution of our national cake. So today, the Avant-Garde Party want to speak to you briefly, very briefly. So quickly, we have few important points that we want to roll out. Firstly, the Avant-Garde Party want to condemn very strongly the women's situation room. As you may be aware, few days ago, the Honorable Lawmaker Yekeh Kolubah has been attacked, and there is an innocent female in person of Serena Rare. This comrade has been bullied, and up to this date, not a single one from the women's situation room, or even from the press, even from the office of the first lady of our country. Today, a female is being molested, she's being insulted. If there are other means, negative attitudes has been attributed to this female, and nobody is saying anything. The Avant-Garde Party will never remain Catholic. We want to say this very clear, we want to be emphatic, and the Avant-Garde Party will never remain silent in times like this. The female Serena Rare need justice, and some of you, the female, particularly in the women's situation room, we hear them on other issues, but when it comes to these issues, they are refused. And the Avant-Garde Party want to say to you, the PROSA stands in solidarity of Comrade Serena Rare. In this time of contradictions, and you having institutions very unserious and irresponsible, you only hear them, you only listen to them on certain issues that they have interest in. But what matters about this female does not matter to them. So again today, the Avant-Garde Party want to say this, that we condemn. We want to say this for the record, and you can recall us and take it to your slave masters. But we want to say this to you, Mr. Walker, that your current attempt, devilish attempt, attack, an assassination attack on the Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, we want to say to you, it is not only devilish, it is erroneous, and it is not democratic. It is not patriotic. It does not represent good governance. Years ago we were here, people were given the opportunity to freely express themselves. But today what we see is different. You told us it will never be a business as usual. But what we are seeing is more than the business as usual. You have started cracking down on critical voices. Today, the assassination attempt on the Honorable must be condemned by everyone in Liberia. In the Avant-Garde Party, if there will be no institution that will stand in defense of this Honorable Lawmaker Yekeh Kolubah, the Avant-Garde Party will remain firm, and we will remain resistance to whatever actions or inactions that will be met against the Honorable. To commence, big one, that the Avant-Garde Party is here, and the Avant-Garde Party is here to stay. Quickly, We live in a society where people barely afford daily meals. There are people who live in shanty towns. People live in makeshift houses. People barely afford house rent. Most especially in a situation or era where we see a wave of fire disasters ravaging our state. Today, the Avant-Garde Party is concerned that the United Party is very insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people. A few days ago, you have not even spent 3 months or 2 months in office. We have seen the United Party. Very few weeks ago, there was a mass demolition of people's structures in a Catholic community there. How can somebody bring 1847D? 1847D. Where were you when these people purchased those land that they are currently residing on? And today, you live for America and you come here because you have a connection and you have an influence in the justice system under Mr. Baka. You manipulate the system. And today, you have made our mothers, our fathers, sisters, and brothers homeless. Our people were in bed, lying down, and you had bulldozers overnight breaking down their homes. How can a government behave in such a form and manner?
Down, wickedness down.
The Avant-Garde Party want to be emphatic that the government must take full responsibility of those homes that they demolish. They must take full responsibility. These people spend thousands of dollars to construct the homes and they been there over 30 years, 50 years. How come today you have come to demolish their property and leave it there with nothing? Leave it there with nothing. Today our people are displaced. So the government under Mr. Baka must be responsible enough to intervene and make sure that people properties that were demolished, that they should be getting some resources as a start, or these lands should be purchased back for these people. So I want to say to you that until that can be done, the Avant-Garde Party will never remain silent on that. We will put the feet of Mr. Baka to the fire. We will roast the feet. We will continue to be on his back like turtle. So on that note, I want to say to you, those of you from the Catholic community that got affected, I want to say to you that the Avant-Garde Party is in solidarity with the situation. The Avant-Garde Party will make sure, I want to say this, will make sure that we place this government on record that is the first time in our country history to demolish a land that is equivalent to more than 2 hectares. And you have thousands of people today that are being displaced while we're having fire is ravaging our state. So Mr. Baka and his acolytes or his supporting clients, we want to say to you that if there will be any party that will resist your move against the mass of our people, it will be the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Party. So quickly, on that note, the Avant-Garde Party is taking a lawsuit. The Avant-Garde Party.
Viva, lawsuit, viva.
As per our records, there are over 75 homes that were demolished for no reason other than the fact of being wicked and very insensitive to the plight of our people. So the Avant-Garde Party has taken a 7 million lawsuit against the United Party-led government.
Down, wicked way, down.
7 million lawsuit. The Avant-Garde Party has taken a 7 million lawsuit against the United Party government under Mr. Baka, his Quanorer in chief, Mr. Baka. $7 million lawsuit. You must be able to reach out to these people. Today, Bwaka is complacent because he lives in luxurious mansions. He does not care about the condition these masses are going through. Today, these people are lying down in the streets and they are begging people to sleep on their porches. Mr. Bwaka is using taxpayer money and is living in luxury at our expense. So quickly, the Avant-Garde Party also want to speak to the gross abandonment of Mr. Bwaka, the government under United Party, abandoning our soldier wives. Few days ago, Congress, that the widow of our soldiers, few days ago, agitated on so many issues. The issue of not paying attention to their well-being. And there were some fake promises because Mr. Bwaka is noted for making statements. He's noted for making statements that yield no fruits and results.
Roll. Amanda.
So, Congress, the Avant-Garde Party, today we say to you that your abandonment of these people, is creating serious havoc. And the party is concerned. And well-being Liberians are concerned that these people well-being must be respected and they must be accorded their just and benefits. So lastly, as I dwarf and quickly summon in the SG back to continue this all-important press symposium, we want to announce to you publicly that after receiving advices, so many consultations from religious groupings, civil society groupings, and the elder community or the House of Elders, we have received information appealing to us, and moreover, looking at the religious sensitivity that is still around about April 14, we have been asked in advance that we put the date a little bit ahead because our brothers from the Muslim community will be observing the Ramadan either tomorrow or day after. And we don't want to take them right after the celebration of the Ramadan. And more to that, our Christian brothers and sisters will be observing their Sundays. So it was an advice from the religious community and the Avant-Garde Party through her wisdom see it necessary to a little bit extend the time. So we want to say to you that the Avant-Garde Party has decided publicly to announce April 19, 2022.
Muno, April 19, Muno, le Avant-Garde Party, Muno, can drone na woman make it to emu yo, ni masia, Luta.
The Avant-Garde Party want to publicly say to you that April 19 has been declared as a day to march in solidarity of fire victims. Not only that, in solidarity of our mothers and sisters whose wombs were demolished at the whims of Mr. Bwaka and his political cronies. So I want to say to you that get prepared. April 14 is the day. So on that note, April 19 is the day the Avant-Garde Party will be coming outside.
Yeah.
And I heard that folks in the United Party arena were celebrating, and the Avant-Garde Party is about to change the date. But we told them that the date is not changed too far. It's just 3 days ahead, or 4 or 5 days ahead. So what's all happy will happen? What will happen will happen. So different days. So lastly, as I conclude and zoom in the SG, We want to say this as a caveat. We want to announce this as a caveat. Having received sufficient intelligence from our political espionage, we are well informed that there is a calculated plan by folks of the United Party to undermine and create havoc on our day. So anything that will happen on a day, it will be as a result of the Liberia National Police that will be under the instruction of Squadron-in-Chief Mr. Joseph Human Bwaka.
Down, JMB, down.
So now, no quickly assume in the SG, and we'll continue on the press conference from here. Thank you very
much. Yo, 40 years in government, no experience. Say yo. You can't look KST and rape. Say yo.
Comrades, and to members of the House of Legislators here to endorse the plan as it has been changed from April 14 to April 19. So we are still in this revolutionary formation, and you have listened to the official position of the Avant-Garde Party. As we told you, the chairman of our party is the official communicator of our institution. So everything that he said through the various media outlets, it becomes the official position of our party. And it's our responsibility as militants to interpret and run with the message. And so, Comrade Chairperson, I think we now have the opportunity where we will take views from the lawmakers that are here to endorse the planned April 19 march. And so, Comrade Chairperson, you brilliantly articulated all the issues. But this is why you get when you allow fortune hunters and gamblers to sit at the helm of leadership. They think that the society is a casino. I want to say to Joseph Human Bwaka and his band of gamblers that this society is now a casino. Even if it's a casino, then the odds are against you. And so permit me now to usher in. Permit me now, each lawmaker will be allowed to speak to you, to speak to the Liberian people, to speak to the Republic on why they made the decision to join the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Free Alliance of the University of Liberia. And so permit me now as I call the Honorable Lawmaker Sumo Kwali Moba of District Number 3, Monserrato County, for a brief remark.
So, District Number 3, Monserrato County, Sumo Kwali Moba will make a statement here. They have all come to endorse the march for April 18 years. Previously, it's been rescheduled now. It's been extended to April 19.
And I'm very happy and overwhelmed to be here as we join together for the struggle of our fire victims. There are a lot of issues, and I would say I'm glad today because I'm one of those in there with the citizens that push the war economic transfer. Today, I'm happy because the Senate has approved it. It has been, in a minute, will be sent down to the executive, and they have to do their job. I'm one of the young person who stand with people because I'm people driven, and I see the need that the government needs to open their eyes and do what is necessary. I would say this today, I will endorse the peaceful protest when it is peaceful. And another thing to that is this, not just to go about doing the protest. What we should take into consideration is the solution. How can we mitigate things that the government is not doing? And one way to do that is to make sure that we as lawmakers look at the budget. In the budget, on the Ministry of State and Presidential Affairs, there is a code 22103 that has things to do with food and catering. The allotment there is $32,000 United States dollars. But when you come to the issue of fire victim, then we have another issue there that talk about from the same Ministry of State that talk about celebration. Celebration, you have $2 million plus United States dollars. But when you come to the disaster end, disaster management agency, you have 700,000. So what are we thinking? How are we looking at things? So there are so many things that the government needs to do. The budget needs to be people-driven. The budget needs to have impact on society and not a budget that is then sent down to sector. Because when you send the budget to sector, you are sending it in your own pocket. If you send it to health ministry, you can go and collect it and place it in your pocket. So the issue of even goods and services, which is wrong, right? We need to minimize the issue of goods and services and focus on our very hospital. I can tell you today, if you look at redemption budget is less, 300,000. If you look at Gene David budget today, Gene David budget is just 200,000. If you look at the TVF program, NBDC today is 4,000 United States dollars. That's less. Again, I endorse the protest when it is peaceful. Thank you.
Sumo Kolubah is secretary representative. Endorsed protest there. So we're still here, folks.
So, comrades, as I've listened to the brilliant presentation by the Honorable Sumo Kolubah of District Number 3, Monserrado County, endorsing the planned April 19 March in solidarity of fire victims that we organized by the Avant-Garde Party, we now move to the Honorable Zina Norman of Bapolu County, besides the District Number 1,
the former mayor of Bapolu County.
Long live,
Bapolu City as a matter of fact. Now, District Number 1 will make a statement to us.
Long live, solidarity lawmakers. Long live.
Yeah. Forward. Comrade, forward. Students, friends, comrades. Firstly, I would like to take this time and say thanks to the young people of the country. Today, I'm listening to the powerful SG said the time been postponed for the 19th. But it's all Darfur kind of we want to assure the young people that come on that day. I can assure you, the sons and daughters of Bapolu County stand with you with the all to support the process on that day. But in good faith. Let me say to Ome Bwagai, our people in Chelsea with the country, and you must do the needful things. When we were bad yesterday, or we were good yesterday, it should be good today. Few days ago, we were here, and our people say we want that change. Today, the change are here. We never came to guard the people, to protect the people, to break down homes. Today, our sisters, our mothers are homeless. While Bwaka living in a comfort zone, the sons and daughters enjoying life. Today, our mother and our sisters are homeless. We want to say to Ome Bwaka, order. We want to say, Ome Bwaka, you need to desist. If you can't desist, the masses that brought you to power will have no regret but to change you overnight. Let me say to the students, we'll be here on a day. We'll see face, we'll see men, women. We'll be standing tall on that day with you. We're all fair and favor. But the same caveat, our people homes are burning every night. You are making our people homeless. You need to desist. I want to say to the young people, take courage. Today I can stand before you as a leader. You can stand before the scene to serve as a leader. It's just a matter of time. And be faithful and know what you want. Not about the size, but about the mind. I want to say to the young people, we'll stand with you, with our all, with our blood and soul, to make sure you can send the caveat to Ome Bwaka. Thank you.
The voice of Sina Normal of Back District 1, CDC Lawmakers making his remark
Ladies
here.
and gentlemen of the press, we are just listening to the insightful presentation of the Honorable Lawmaker of Babolu County District number 1, the President Regina Norman. We want to say the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Party salute you for your endorsement position. And we can assure you, as you have made the statement, that we understand that the people, the mass of our people, are the motive force in the making of history. And so, permit me as I usher in the Honorable Lawmaker of District number 5, Bone County, in person of Honorable Eugene Kwali, Amanda, Hello, comrade. Mr. Chairman, long live your party. Before you begin, Chairman, there were others. And I want to believe that the footprint in which you are in today came from the old mat. There's a saying that says, before you plant a new mat, you must look at the old mat. And this is the reason why today you are standing tall. Old man Bwagai needs to listen to the cries of the people.
Yeah.
Our people horses are burning. Increasing rice price.
Yeah.
Transportation. Not a single machine has been placed on a road. Those feeder roads. And you said, not as you said to us in 90 days. No car will hitch anymore. Total contradictions. Cancellation of fees. Who paid those fees?
Yeah.
Who paid those fees? When you told us yesterday that the former president was in the wrongs, but today we are seeing that you are more wrong than the president.
Yeah.
At this time, during President William, roads in Monserrado County and other counties were already laid up. Every day you're making mistakes. Appointment, and withdrawing at the same time.
Yeah.
Total iron drop. What I can say to you, Swakogo district being a historical district. I, as the representative of that district, we plead to the indulgence of our people to make sure that we're part of the 19th protest.
Yeah.
It is because of you, we were just in section, but we had to leave.
Yeah.
Because you elected us to stand for you, and if we hear your cry, we must be able to come to you. The beginning of every success is a history.
Yeah.
Today marks a history. And you call your leaders to come and listen to you. We will be part of the process with our sweat and our blood to make sure that Liberia is stabilized under this regime. Thank you so much.
So, Eugene Colley is District number 3 County Representative. Now, still have lawmakers to go. Representative Frank Safoko and Yekeh Kolubah are still here.
Down the unity, down, dope worker, down.
And so we want to appreciate again the brilliant presentation of the lawmaker of Bond County District number 5 for brilliantly juxtaposing some of the excesses of the Joseph Human Boycott regime. And so now we move to a remark, an endorsement statement that will be delivered by the lawmaker of district of electoral Montserrat County District number 10.
Kolubah. So he's called the general, representing Yekeh Kolubah.
So let me say a big thank you to the student community. You know, like I always say, I will not regret voting against President Dr. Joshua. Yeah. But Joseph Human Boycott and his party will regret why I voted for them. You know, sometime last week, a young student was abused. Yeah. Put her picture. I'm not talking about me. I like camera. Put it on me. Put it be outside. Let the people know that I'll be. Come to me. Don't go to the young people. Abusing somebody on the child. When the thing happen, I say I will respond on Sunday. I call Prince Moy. I say you have to put yourself in order. Yeah. What happened is wrong. And they took it for a joke. So I sat by myself. I said Sunday I will respond. And when I respond, I will know if the women are important. Look at our mothers. Mothers, looking at the way your child have been described on the social media, all around the world, all kind of things. Oh, you get company, you get company. That's all. I will go in hotel and I will come from inside hotel. But don't use a child. And when I waited, I couldn't get response. So I will see. I say I will see if people can get consent. I just posted one picture. Oh no problem. So their country only for people that are in position. How about our young sisters that have been abused? I just got to realize that the real problem are we, the government officials. Yeah. If you are not in position, you are not recognized. So that little girl is not in position, so she's not recognized. Yeah. Yeah, I took the picture of the fine lady and myself and posted it. I want to test the ability of the women to see women in the country. And I saw the ability of the women, I saw them coming up to speak. Yeah. Why you didn't speak yesterday? Why now? Yeah. And I owe no regret for posting that picture. I posted it. And asked, which one of the voter is this? I asked the question. I asked the question because you people have not been recognized. I asked the question because our sisters have not been recognized. Why should our mother be selective? If you're not in position, you are not recognized. Yeah. So because I posted that picture, the whole country going upside down. You denigrated women home. So that little girl, she's not a woman? Is that little girl not your sister? Is that little girl not your daughter? But because she's not in position, she's not recognized. She only women that can only recognize people that are in position. It's a disgrace to you people. Yeah. And let me say this. I want to say something to Ambassador Parker, but you know he can wake up at 4 o'clock. So he's still sleeping, he will not hear you. So the next time I'm talking to the press, I will talk to the press around 4:30. We have our president asleep from 12 to 4. You don't know nothing that happened in the country. Is it the government will change? I will not regret voting against Ambassador President Weah. But people will regret why I use my resources to campaign for them. I didn't bring change for this. Yeah. We not brought change for Prince to be employing his wife. We not brought change for Jeremiah to employ his sister-in-law. What kind of country is this? Then when you talk, they say, Yekeh, I agree, say, man, yeah. Let me tell you, I crazy, man. I want to remain being crazy for the Liberian people. Not for myself. I'm in position, I could have said, but I want the election, anything won't happen, let it happen. I'm speaking because of you people. I've been threatened today because of you people. People call me, how many persons you want to employ? You know, anytime President Bwaga can go, before you go, we need to enjoy one wait. I mean, what a minute. Jeremiah couldn't take over, he will sack all our people. So while we stay getting for 1 or 2 years, it's our time to loot. Should I be part of the people that will loot? No. They said they will arrest me, I dare them to come. I told them I will walk from my 19th Street department to Capitol Building and I walk. Anybody make the attempt, I will defend myself. If I have to kill somebody to defend myself, I have no alternative to do it. I got no regret for my statement. Joseph Walker, I know you're sleeping, but Prince is listening very well. Let me say to you, if you don't govern this country well, we will give you sleepless night and we'll give you better Liberia. Let me say, I won't be responsible for what I say. I will give you better Liberia. If this statement is a threat, yes, let it be a threat. I'll stay by it. I can never reverse it. Since therefore now we're going to suffer for another 6 years. Poor people in power that just want to erase themselves. Joe Bwaga has become a millionaire in less than 3 months. Is this the government we want to change? You think I will regret? You think I will sit in my closet and say, wow, I voted against president, that's the job we are? No! That is behind us now. We are moving forward. Have I said anything that is not correct? No, the only thing you can say, Yekeh, you're talking too soon. No, but Prince, now employee a wealth. How you will be senator, then you employ your wealth to be on the board. How about the people? The commitment made to me by President Bwaga is lie on an oath. So if you put think I'm here to bluff or I'm here to get popular, you waste your time. We will be in the struggle. And we are in a struggle together. On the 19th, we will make our presence felt. And when we are making our presence felt, the people know that it's very, very serious. Yeah. Because you don't see joke in my face. Yeah, people say I can take coups, that the coups can make me behave that way. But I'm waiting for the president to get ready so we can go to and do the Part 1 test. And see if you will pass that test. And I know you will not pass it because I took Part 1 to him and he drank it. We are here to endorse the peaceful protest. And we'll make our commitment to that protest. And we will be there in good faith. Not for violence. So we know we don't have a national security here anymore, but we have partisan security that taking instruction from Prince and the Minister of State. Yeah. And let me tell you something. As long as I got my issue to the police station, it can be handled. Any trouble I cause in the town, no police officer can say for me I go there. I mean, you'll not be independent, you'll be selective. If my issue cannot be handled, cannot get justice from you, no. So I hope you're not taking anything for Jogo. Because we are in it. You see how ugly? I'm ugly because I will be in it. And we will move. If we have to go to jail, we'll go to jail. The people say, why are you going to make ground go? I said, the reason why I'm pushing it is because when I go to jail, I will not pay rent. I will not suffer for food. Because by the time my rent reduced to 2 bed, I will protest in the jailhouse. Oh, you got to be feeding me now. I got to eat 4 times a day. So you people will be outside of you worried. Let me say thank you. Bossman, you know I know plenty English, but we are together in this struggle. And our commitment is our commitment. I hope we don't bypass our commitment. That happened in the January 6th protests. People being compromised. The reason why the people love me is because when I say we're moving, You can bring a truck full of money. When I come, I will take it. And let me accomplish my mission for you. And now we'll do on that day. When they bring it out, just keep it, yeah? After the protest, we'll divide it, yeah? Let me say thank you and God bless everybody.
The voice of Representative Yekeh Kolubah District endorsing the protest also. So we're still here.
Comrades, ladies and gentlemen of the press, you have just listened to the firing lawmaker of District Number 10, Monserrado County. He has used a combative and vociferous tone, speaking to some of the critical national issues within the Republic. And what is important here is the official endorsement statement coming from the lawmaker of District Number 10. And the lawmaker of District Number 10 admonished the party committee, but we want to inform the lawmaker that the revolutionary avant-garde progresses to the lines of the University of Liberia. So we have a responsibility, and our institution, we understand very well that when we have a national calling like this, an attempt to compromise the interests of our people is to push and dash the hopes and aspirations of our people in the valley. And so, as we have taken on the responsibility, we are going to ensure that we lead this to its logical conclusion. We can assure you that. And so, lastly, we will now take statement from the lawmaker of Yekeh District Number 9, Monserrado County,
Representative Frank Foko of District 9, Monserrado, with the GMW 2023 job judgment. He represents the people of District Number 9.
Viva April 19, viva! Viva Solidarity March of Fire Victims, viva! Down, bribery, down, partisan security, down, corrupt leaders, down. Manda. The labyrinth will be delivered. Say. We're reshifting the budget and send more money to JFK Hospital. Say. The money that been placed in Boaka budget for entertainment for here and family will divert it to fire service. Say. Some kind of money they have in final ministry, some kind of 9 million they have, we don't know where it's going, we take it from there and send it to fire service. Manda. Thank you. Frank Satia Foko Jr. Everything I say here today, let me be held responsible. And I owe no apology to anybody in and out of Liberia. Representing the people of Electoral District Number 9, Monserrado County, the most urban district in the Republic of Liberia. South. I'm going to be very clear to the issues that are affecting the Liberian people. I'm not speaking only for the people of District Number 9. I'm not speaking only for the people of Lofa County. But I'm speaking for all of the people of the Republic of Liberia. I'm going to be categorically clear here today, beginning in my vernacular, for which President Boaka and I speak the same vernacular from the same 4-year district. Fallo Boaka,
he put it in vernacular.
Madumuna ma awana mala. Avioning wallo ho calling. Avioning go government yoning.
So the lawmaker is speaking Kisi, which is from Lofa. Well, that's it.
Madumuna Berema Wadloho, Masna Wadloho, Mohio, when I want to pay Manuna Wanda, Labira, Wadloho, Akenum, Lema Mana. Keme, Nyanum Dumunaro, Cholang Poso. After that, man, Snaning Ma, Asna Wadloho. So Nakis ya Foko. Keto ya Tony. Foya ya Fulani. Welo kumana pula Poso. So how I just send down now. Let me dimunum ma menum yemale na diona lumye na nkele na le mandina. Unto sim, unto num sim le me tosa ma waloho me wa te akere waloho to sabe falo buaka me ma fura lom. E jo wanda you na sim na ho le ma fura waloho den. Hali asina waloho le. Ato talo nanung chuamanum na kwere ato sulo nanung numbe asunding madumunama anokanele madumuna number ano nyanyele kawario ahunsin nanung
he President Boakai
anokane tanum baleye when him twakane kenye
since he wants to kill the Liberians
chuamanum na kwere ni ato kirani baba feeling ato nyanya feto saning. Let's try here to Muali Walohole. Pano Waka on care. Untonum Simoba, Atosama, Untonanu. Little kids in all of the Sumu Koli, never told us where one lily. Yekeh, Palobwaka, Yekeh.
Disagree with
one that for ya, one nothing enough for ya, Madumuna, Mafalobwaka, Oninkale. Moye Malende, Lende Tosa, then Nakbe, never rename. Kawa nafu make ya metwena me fura num koli isi manum te me sima Joshua hali me sima Joshua ono ka ke no hweonum kanum
he has a very good heart
awioning cholang dimiona num ke ho unke fa lobuaka wanda ha
so these people
ma redu nang nanum
the PROSA group
asuka ngana
for him
adimi ajine to bona num.
They spoke to him and said they are
fire
in this country.
That's what
they do. That's what he's saying here.
Wanda tolong Kale Johnson. Wanda makwalong makotwa wanda long. Adu nyanyele yeah. So swear kweleng ngana bonanunte palong jong simbo ba.
They didn't do anything.
Men no kweleng ye. Nada no kweleng lesim no numohol. Thank you very much.
So you're now back with English.
We are very clear. Very clear. As even though I don't like people say Yekeh is my friend or Yekeh is not my friend. Yekeh will never be my friend. People say Yekeh is my ally. Yekeh is not my ally. What was wrong yesterday when I stood to have battle with Yekeh in the 54th National Legislature? I remember President Boaka's son attacked me in the rehab community that he will fight me. Why did I stand before Yekeh in the legislature to fight Yekeh? Today, I see Mark Atumu is sending a statement that is deception. I did not support Yekeh yesterday for the former manner in which he expressed himself. And I say today, do not support Yekeh. And I can battle with Yekeh any day. I'm not here to protect individual. I'm here to protect the sacred seat of the presidency. I'm not interested who sits in a seat. I'm interested in protecting the sacredness of the presidency. I'm not interested in the deception. Yesterday, President Boaka clapped for Yekeh when Yekeh made many statements for which I did not support Yekeh. And today, when Yekeh press conference on Sunday, I still do not support him. But why today President Boaka wants to impeach Yekeh from the legislature? President Boaka, is it good to impeach? Why were you angry with my impeachment bill? So President Boaka, as you are coming to impeach Yekeh for referring to you the way he referred to you, I can assure you that we have gotten almost 210 signatures to impeach you as the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I know that Yekeh, even though we don't stand together, but you will sign on my document to make sure that we impeach that old man who sleeps from 12 to 4 o'clock. People say Frank Safogo Jr. is a kissy man. Yes, I'm a kissy man. I hail from 4-year district. But I can assure you, being kissy man, our traditional solidarity does not supersede the solidarity of Liberia. Liberia remains our common denominator, and there is no man, and no man should ever be above the people of Liberia. I stand by and wave the Constitution, the bylaws and Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, and I will never, never in my whole life compromise the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. President Bouaga, since he took over, he had just been breaching the laws of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. That is very insane. And this makes me to understand that this old man is not driving, he's not governing this country. This old man is not in charge. This old man, I want to believe in my mind, he does not know what is even unfolding with the 42+ years he claimed to have spent in governance. This is self-imposed arrogance that made President Bouaga to have influenced the minds of the Liberian people with deception to make us to understand that he was very poor. Just to understand today, a few months into the monster, President Bouaga's sons are riding private jet, going to Lebanon and going to chill in Ghana and in the country. What kind of nonsense is this, President Bouaga? President Bouaga, we're not going to accept this kind of deception from you. President Bouaga will stand up. Frank Safogo Jr. On the 19th, I'm coming with my children. I'm coming with my family, President Bouaga. We going to the people of Electoral District, not less than 25,000 people have informed me that we're going to block the street of Farmer House, proceeding to the executive mansion. And President Bouaga, if care is not taken with this budget in addressing the people of Liberia, President Bouaga, we can assure you that you're not going to go to work. President Bouaga, we are very clear about that, and I'm going to open my eyes clear to you, President Bouaga. I'm not too sure that you're going to follow this press conference, because I just learned that you sleep from 12 to 4 o'clock. President Bouaga, I in no way want to disrespect you, but President Bouaga, my respect to you will not in any way subject me for not saying the honest reality to you, because it has to do with the growth and development of this country, and our generation has been affected by all of these reckless form and manner to which your guys are running this country. How can you have a chief of officer in your office who paused at the Supreme Court and issued an order, a judge, to withdraw a case? Is that the kind of country you requested for, President Bouaga? A country through which today horses are burning and you have not responded. A country today where people were taken from their homes, you have not responded. A country today where your finance minister and other ministers in government are just chilling, President Bouaga. You even disrespected the Constitution when you were not yet inducted into office. President Bouaga, you and your chief of office are instructed NASCO to have made money available to buy cars for your guests. Where are those cars, President Bouaga? You say you want to do asset declaration. President Bouaga, the first place we should turn over to make the youth ministry of the Republic of Liberia is your home. You live in the alley. You live on government land all the years. You need to pay for that place, President Bouaga. Rio does not have a hospital. But President Bouaga, you live in a place where owned by government, even though we learn that you have bought the property of Amin Moda. President Bouaga, we are just waiting for you to move on our way. President Bouaga, that's the day the Sierra Leone will come and take you and carry you to the country to go be president there. President Bouaga, you have shown to all that you are not a Liberian, because no true Liberian that has love for this country will behave the form and manner in which you are behaving. President Bouaga, we see you as an older man, but you are telling us as an older man, you don't have interest in the way we feel in this country. The way the country is proceeding, today I openly endorse this protest, and I will be out as early as 6 a.m. in the morning at the Farmer House waiting for the train. As to wherever the train going to come from, I'm going to turn the train to make sure that we express. And President Bouaga, you are overlooking this. When you talk about Yekeh, the food you cooked yesterday, and the food we dishing up. You cooked the food yesterday, and I like what he said. President Yekeh, or Representative Yekeh said, he has no regret that he did not support President Weah. And Yekeh, I will assure you President Weah too has no regret the fact that you did not stand with him, and President Weah was not interested in your vote, Honorable Yekeh, and you made a decision. But today, what I admire, even though I do not like you, Yekeh, but what I admire is you stand for the Liberian people. Yekeh, I do not like you, but I'm going to celebrate the fact that you love the Liberian people, Yekeh, I do not appreciate the way you conducted yourself, but I can tell you, Yekeh, the fact that you stand with the Liberian people, you and I will operate on the red lane. Operate on the red lane. And I learned the executive is making a lot of different calls to expel Yekeh. That's a joke. That's a mere bluff. Yekeh, President Bouaka, you brought the whole Lofa County to government. We just requested for you to give all the listing of your ministers. And you just send the list. You can put the country. Yekeh, President Bouaka, don't be ashamed. Issue of nepotism and your fought do for your kid do. You took charge from this country. Joseph Bouaka, you have supported all the war. We just realized that you came from Lofa Defense Force. President Bouaka, as you came from Lofa Defense Force, we are here to announce to you that we are not from Lofa Defense Force, President Bouaka, but we are from the Intellectual Defense Force. These days, Liberians will no longer go back to the butchers, but we're going to intellectualize the issue and make sure that we draw our lines in the best interest of the Liberian people. We stand today for Liberia, we stand tomorrow for Liberia. Anybody who stands for Liberia, remain my ally. And we make sure, PROSA, the fact that you are speaking in the interest of the Liberian people. So basically, traditionally, as a son of Lofa County, President Bouaka, you're not spoiled with the Lofa name. People already know that I clear you from Freetown. You're not real Lofa son. But the sorrowful story that you never have money, you're taking loan. You say you can write check, but go get an airpiece plane and say that good thing for a president to write. You see the kind of deception? Yesterday, another president rode private jet. You had issue. But today, you want to go to Guinea, you call Guinea and say, Guinea, please send your plane. You want to go to Ghana, when you think you'll be borrowing your friend a plane every day, they are only giving you plane now because you are just a newly elected president.